Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you stopping by as always. Here in central Maine, it's been a nice weekend, except for today. It's a little chilly. It's been in the mid 60s, maybe up to 67, raining on and off all day today. So, limited amount of time outside getting stuff done. Did a lot yesterday. But today, more time spent inside and also just running a few errands. Did get a galvanized raised bed together, 6 foot by 3 foot. I've got another one I need to put together and then do some modifying to it to kind of strengthen it and make it a little more user friendly and something that's going to last for a while. I'll probably do a video on that, share that as part of my homesteading and gardening stuff. So wanted to make this video because I did go to a few stores today, needed to pick up some things, and there was just a few things that I picked up that as I looked at the price, I know I'm beating a dead horse here. Everybody knows prices are high, but I do most of the grocery shopping here at the cabin, and I'm pretty up on pricing and looking at a few things in the store today. Some things, I did not buy. I was just blown away at the prices. And I can't help but think that some of this is price gouging. I'm sure it is. But a lot of it is what it is. And there's not much you or I can do about it, right? If there's something we can do about it other than what we try to do is grow our own, shop sales, make our dollar stretch as much as possible. But most of the consumers in the United States, they have to go buy their stuff somewhere. And they are at the mercy of an assortment, depending upon where you're at, of stores to buy from. In my area, there's basically 2 grocery stores. You've got some fairly large convenience stores that sell an assortment of food that they're outrageous in price. I went in to buy a drink. I'll admit it was Diet Pepsi, to a store that I used to frequent quite a bit. They just changed hands and I don't go in there very much anymore. But a Diet Pepsi, just a bottle of soda, $3.49. No way. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. You can go buy a 6-pack right around the corner at the grocery store for $4. It's just nuts. But anyways, so I just continued to see, literally, week after week, prices that are certainly not dropping, but continuing to go up. And talking to people, in person as well as on the internet, everybody's talking about it and struggling to buy their fuel, pay their insurance, pay their rent. Like I said, I know this is a broken record. Most people, they've heard all this before. But I feel the need to just continue to talk about it and keep it at the forefront of this channel, which, I do a mixture of homesteading and gardening, as well as some current event things. Again, really trying to stay out of the politics of today. It's just largely just creates problems, conflict. I'd rather talk about potential solutions or dealing with issues. So one of the things I saw a headline that talked about the U.S. Strategic Fuel Reserve, Petroleum Reserve, that dipped again. And I think in the last week, like 9 million barrels were used. And I saw a story. I was just going to mention a couple of things. And it says the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve stands at 357 million barrels. That's less than, or roughly half of what it can hold. Yes, it says representing just half of the reserve's authorized 714 million barrel storage capacity. The SPR inventory has been heavily drawn down due to supplying global markets and stabilized energy prices here in the United States due to shortages caused by the war in Iran. And basically we're at 50%, and it says that the reserve, apologize, I'm sitting there trying to read and focus on talking at the same time. It's like trying to chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. That can be difficult. I'll probably get a couple comments on that. So they dropped 9.1 million barrels in a single week, which is one of the larger drawdowns of recent. And we're nearing the 40-year low, which we're expected to hit later this month. This continuous drop in the reserve is problematic for a lot of reasons. And the United States government is giving this oil to oil producers with assurances that they're going to give it back with a premium. So the United States government, the United States, could potentially not only get the oil back, but make money off it. We'll see. I don't trust a whole lot that that's going to happen. But the bottom line is the United States government is drawing down this reserve because it's trying to artificially control the price that we are paying at the pump. And most recently, we've seen a dip in gas prices. At least I have, in gas and diesel prices. And I don't know if that's going to continue for any amount of time. But the more reserve that is drawn down and released, the lower the gas prices will go. But it's going to run out at some point. We're nearing, the 40-year low, and we are also at 50%. So the discussions, the analysts, the reports that come basically a month from right now, we are going to be at an extreme shortage, which is going to create prices to skyrocket. Seems like it's becoming more realistic. Now, whether it's a month from now or 2 months from now, a lot of people have been banking on the Strait of Hormuz getting opened and an agreement with Iran being reached. And then Iran can start sending all of this oil that they've built up and stockpiled because they haven't been shipping it out. They could start sending it to their normal customers, which will help in the global supply chain. The problem with that is we continue to see there's no agreement being reached. Doesn't even seem like they're close. And I wonder if the whole story about the potential for an agreement is really BS. I don't know. But we keep hearing about, we're this close. We're gonna get a deal. We're gonna get the best deal, the greatest deal. And then I think it was just in the last 24 hours, Iran sent missiles and attacked numerous locations. That doesn't sound like somebody that wants to make a deal. But again, I'm no expert. I'm just a guy with a camera sitting in the middle of Maine on a small piece of property trying to do the best that he can. And also just trying to spread the word a little bit, share my thoughts, and hear what other people have to think. So here I am on a Sunday evening. Hopefully I'll get this put out and published on YouTube. And just like you, gas prices are high, diesel prices are high. The future is certainly uncertain and continue to get more so. I've said it before. I used to sit there and think, what's it going to be like in 5 years? Now I think more like, what's it going to be like in 6 months? What's it going to be like at the end of 2026? And when I say it, I'm talking about all kinds of things. The economy, prices, fuel supply, the division in America, how AI is impacting the economy, what's the job, unemployment rate like. There's a lot. So that's where I say, what can we do? We can only do what we can do, but what is that? And that's where we continue. If you're working, make sure you keep that job. Do everything you can to keep that job. If you have an opportunity for a better job, great. Can never blame anybody for improving themselves, but if you are gainfully employed, keep that job. Don't do anything to risk that. Try to make some money on the side. Secondary streams of income, tertiary streams of income, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Etsy, whatever you can do. So you're not totally 100% reliant on your normal gig. Try to pay off debts. Believe me, I know it's difficult. It's very difficult. And prepare. And when I say prepare, it's everywhere from just putting back a few cans of food, putting some stuff in your freezer and buying a little bit extra each week that you can have in reserve for the future. It's from that all the way to, if you're living in the city and you can afford it and you're in a situation, sell everything and move out to the country and get away from populated area. Move to low population density areas and insulate yourself from the effects of government and society and big corporations. Try to become, like we are here, as independent and as self-reliant as possible, because 100% is extremely difficult. We're not even close. I'll admit that. We've been here over 3 years on this small piece of property, and we're doing everything that we can to try to become as self-sufficient and as self-reliant as possible. It's a lot of work. It can take a lot of money, and we work full-time, and it can take a lot of time. So, but we're doing what we can, and that's all you can do. So comment below. What are your thoughts on just everything that's going on today? When it comes to food prices, it's the petroleum, it's AI, and how I think AI, I'll do another video on it, but I think AI is going to just have a huge impact on our economy and just our employment, because I think it's going to take the place of so many people's jobs. And what's going to happen? I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to head inside. I'm going to make some dinner and upload this video, hopefully. And I think that's it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. You guys stay safe. Take care. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't. And we'll see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies. Hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride. Planted seeds where hope was.